Hello guys, you're welcome once more to Mathematics and EPH YouTube channel. And if you're new to the channel, you're highly and highly welcome. Alright, so let's look at this problem on sorts on the board. Alright, so the question is we have simplified or divide what 1 plus root 2 minus root 3. Now there are two approaches with which we can solve this. Okay, I can decide to say 1 plus root 2 in brackets minus what root 3. Okay, can also put this in brackets. Or we can go by this approach. I can bring root 3 close to this, so we have 1 minus what root 3. Okay, plus we have what root 2 in brackets. So either you solve this or you solve this, and you are going to arrive at the same answer. Now, if you look at what we have, we are simply going to multiply. Okay, let's use this to solve the problem. We are simply going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of this. The first step is we want to know the conjugate of what? 1 plus root 2 minus what? Root 3. And it's going to be what? We're simply going to write this and change this to what? Plus. So it's 1 plus what? Root 2. Okay, since this is minus, it's going to be plus. If you know the idea of what conjugate. Now, since the conjugate of this is this, now we're going to use the conjugate, all right, to multiply this and also multiply this. Now, let's do that. So we're going to have 4 multiply 1 plus root 2 plus root what? 3. Okay, divide by what? We have 1 plus root 2 minus root 3. All this is going to multiply. We have 1 plus root 2 brackets plus what? Root 3. So now that we have this step, we can now what? Simplify further to see what we are going to get in this problem. Okay? So now from this, I have to remember that if I have A minus B, okay, multiply A plus B. Okay, where A is this, B is this, A is this, B is this. So if you observe this, it's simply the difference of what? 2 squared. We are going to apply the idea of the difference of 2 squared to the denominator. So now for the numerator, 4 is going to multiply this, so we have 4 multiply 1 plus root 2, and 4 is also going to multiply this just like we did to this. So plus 4 multiply root 3. So all this is going to divide. Now let's express the denominator in this form, which is a difference of 2 squared. So we're going to have 1 plus root 2, all in brackets squared, minus, okay, we have root 3, all in brackets squared. Okay. Now from this, you can see that the problem is becoming even more simpler. All right, so we have this as, okay, so 4 is going to multiply this and this, so we have 4 plus 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times this is 4 root what? 2 plus we have 4 root 3. So divide. Now this square, okay, still have that here, so 1 plus root 2 is going to multiply itself as 1 plus root 2 minus, now square root of 3 squared is simply going to give us what? 3. Okay, so with that we can now what? Solve this to see what we are going to get. Now let's expand that. So we have 4 plus 4 root 2 plus 4 root 3 divide. Now for this, we are going to FOIL it. So 1 is going to multiply 1, all right? So that is going to give us 1, okay? Now, the next is plus root 2 is going to multiply 1, which is the plus root 2, okay? Now, our next step is going to be what? 1 is going to multiply, okay, root 2. So we have plus root 2. And lastly, our root 2 here is going to multiply root 2 at the end. And that is going to give us what? Plus what? 2. So we have minus what? 3. Okay, so now that we have this, we can now simplify this order. So we have all this as, okay. Now at the numerator, I can see that 4 is common. I can decide to factor out 4. So if I factor out 4, we are going to have 1 plus, we have root 2 plus root 3. So all this is going to divide. Now here we have 1 plus 2, which is 3, minus 3, that is 0. So 1 plus 2, which is 3 minus 3 is 0. So we have root 2 plus root 2. So root 2 plus root 2. Okay? So that is going to further give us, we have 4 into 1 plus root 2 plus root 3. All this divide. This plus this is going to give us 2 root 2. Now this can cancel out this, which we have as 2 here. So we are left with 2 multiply 1 plus root 2 plus root 3 divided by what? Root 2. Now from this, we can now, do one more what? Rationalization, because I can observe that the denominator is still in surd form. So we are simply going to rationalize by saying we have 2, okay, into, we have opening bracket, we have 1 plus root 2 plus root 3. All this divided by what? Root 2. Now, how do we rationalize this? We want to multiply by what? Root 2 divided by what? Root 2. Okay? Now, let's see what this gives us. Now, this is simply going to be, we have this multiply itself is going to give us 2. Okay? And we have at the numerator, we have 2 bracket 1 plus root 2 plus root 3, and we have root 2 multiplying all this. Okay, now you can see that this can cancel out this. All right, so we have all this in bracket multiply this. Let's see what is going to give us. So this multiply this is going to give us root 2 plus this multiply this is going to give us 2. Now this multiply plus this is going to give us plus, we have root what? 3 times 2. Okay, so this is finally going to give us, we have 2 plus, we have root 2 plus, we have root what? 6. I think with this, we have our solution to this simple problem, since we cannot, factor out or simplify this further. Alright, so this gives us the simple answer to this problem. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, do well to subscribe to the channel and share this video to someone else. I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Bye.